He didn't just lose his birthday. He lost his apartment, his reputation at the gym, his mother's support, and the woman he thought would always forgive him. All because he asked for a hall pass, over candlelight, and called it harmless. 2 weeks after that dinner, he was standing outside my locked door at 2 a.m., crying into a phone that no one was answering anymore. And this is how it started. It was his birthday. I was lighting candles on the cake I baked from scratch when he cleared his throat and said casually, "I want something different this year." Smiled. "Okay." He looked directly at me. "I want one night. Just one. No consequences." Thought he was joking. He wasn't. He explained it like he was pitching a business idea. Every guy wants to know what it feels like. It's just one night. It wouldn't mean anything. It would actually make us stronger. I set the knife down slowly. "You're asking for permission to sleep with someone else," I said. "It's not like that," he replied. "It's controlled, honest, transparent." Then he dropped her name, Brooke, from his gym. That was when everything clicked. His workouts had gone from 1 hour to 3. His phone never left his hand. He angled the screen away from me every time it lit up. He wasn't asking hypothetically. He already had someone picked. I watched him while he talked. He wasn't nervous. He was hopeful. He thought I might actually say yes. That was the moment I stopped reacting emotionally. If he wanted a hall pass, I would give him one. "Okay," I said quietly. "Happy birthday." His face lit up instantly. The relief was almost insulting. He grabbed his phone and typed something quickly. I saw the fire emoji appear on his screen. "She said yes," he muttered under his breath, smiling. So he had already texted her. Before I had even answered. That told me everything. He showered, changed into the shirt I bought him, sprayed cologne, kissed my cheek and said, "You're the best girlfriend ever." This just proves how secure we are. The second his car pulled out of the driveway, I got to work. First I called his brother. We weren't close, but he was honest. I told him everything. There was silence on the other end of the line. "He told us it was spontaneous," his brother said. "He said it just came up tonight." "It didn't," I replied. Then I sent him screenshots, because Justin had left something very important behind. His iPad. Still logged in. Still synced to his phone. At 10:03 p.m., a message popped up. "Hotel is booked." At 10:04 p.m., another. "Can't believe she actually said yes." I scrolled up. 3 weeks of messages. Flirting. Planning. Mocking me. He told her we were basically over. That I was clingy but convenient. That he was just waiting for the right time. The right time was apparently his birthday. I screenshot everything. Then I packed. Every shirt. Every shoe. Every gym bag. Every spare key. I didn't throw anything out. I folded it neatly into garbage bags and stacked them by the front door. Midnight I changed the locks. At 1:12 a.m. he texted me. "Best night ever." I didn't reply. At 1:47 a.m., another message. "Can't wait to tell you about it." I turned my phone face down and went to sleep. At 2:03 a.m. my doorbell camera alerted me. He was outside. Laughing at first. Then confused. He tried his key once. 3 times. Then the panic started. "Why isn't my key working?" I watched through the app. He called me 23 times in 7 minutes. Text started calm. "Is this a joke?" Then annoyed. "Open the door." Then desperate. "Please. Don't do this." I never responded. The next morning, his brother showed up with a truck. Justin had called him, screaming about how I had lost my mind. His brother looked at the garbage bags by the door and then at me. "He told me it was spontaneous," his brother said carefully. "It wasn't," I replied, handing him a printed stack of screenshots. His brother read quietly. His jaw tightened. Justin arrived 20 minutes later. He looked exhausted. Still wearing the same clothes from the night before. "What is this?" he demanded. "Your hall pass," I said. He tried to spin it. "You agreed." I agreed to what you asked, I replied calmly. You just didn't understand what you were risking. He saw the screenshots in his brother's hands. The color drained from his face. How did you? You left your iPad. Silence. Kevin, his friend, stared at him. You told us it was spontaneous, Kevin said. Justin didn't answer. That was the turning point for everyone watching. Not anger. Not yelling. Proof. I sent the screenshots to Brooke. Not with insults. Not with threats. Just one line. Thought you should know he booked the hotel before asking me. Her Instagram story went up an hour later. When he says his girlfriend is cool with it, but he forgot to mention she didn't know about the 3 weeks of planning. Justin didn't know it yet. But the hall pass he wanted so badly was about to cost him everything. By the end of that week the gym knew. Not because I blasted him publicly. I didn't need to. Brooke had posted the screenshots. She didn't tag him, but she didn't hide his name either. Women talk. Especially in small communities built around routine and ego. Justin tried to control the narrative. He told people we were in an open discussion phase. That I had changed my mind after agreeing. That I was overreacting. The problem with lying is that screenshots don't forget. Brooke posted the booking confirmation. Time-stamped 3 days before his birthday. She posted the message where he wrote, "She'll say yes. She always does." That line traveled fast. Men who had once nodded along with him in the locker room suddenly kept their distance. No one likes being associated with someone who miscalculates that publicly. But the real collapse didn't happen at the gym. It happened at his mother's house. Justin tried to move back in. His mom called me first. I don't want to get involved, she said carefully. But he's telling a very different story. I figured, I replied. Check your email. I sent her the screenshots too. There was a long pause when she called back. I raised him better than this, she said quietly. He didn't get to move back home. That's when the panic truly started. He showed up at my workplace twice. Not aggressively, just waiting outside, hoping to catch me alone. I never engaged emotionally. I don't hate you, I told him once calmly in front of security cameras. But I don't negotiate my boundaries. He tried a new angle. You're ruining my life over one night. No, I corrected him. You risked your life over one night. There's a difference. He began texting paragraphs. Long apologies. Promises. Therapy offers. Couples counseling suggestions. Every message started with regret and ended with blame. You didn't fight for us. You embarrassed me. You could have handled this privately. I read them all. I didn't respond. 2 weeks later, something unexpected happened. Kevin called me. I didn't know about the planning, he said. He told all of us it was a joke that got out of hand. It wasn't, I replied. I know that now. Kevin paused. There's something else you should know. Justin had been bragging before his birthday. Not just to Kevin. To 3 other guys. He described it as a loyalty test. If I said yes, I was secure enough to marry. If I said no, I was too insecure long-term. He had turned our relationship into an experiment. That information didn't make me angry. Made me clear. That night I drafted a single email. Subject line. Clarification. It went to his close friends. Not the entire world. Just the circle he had been boasting to. I attached the screenshots. No insults. No commentary. Just the evidence. Within 48 hours, he lost more than a girlfriend. He lost the friend group that validated him. One by one they distanced themselves. Not dramatically. Quietly. The way adults do when someone proves unreliable. The gym owner spoke to him privately. I don't know what was said, but Justin stopped going at peak hours. He blamed me publicly once. She's vindictive. I didn't respond. Silence is strategic when you have receipts. The final shift happened at a mutual friend's engagement party. I wasn't planning to go, but I did. Not to prove anything. Just to exist normally. Justin arrived late. He froze when he saw me. I was calm, smiling, talking to people he used to introduce me to proudly. He tried to approach. "I just want closure," he said. "You got your hall pass," I replied evenly. "That was your closure." He looked smaller somehow, less confident, less certain. "I didn't think you'd actually leave." That sentence said more than any apology ever could. He had never believed I would enforce a boundary. That was his real mistake. 3 weeks after his birthday, Justin lost the apartment too. Not because I kicked him out. Because he couldn't afford it alone. For years we had split everything evenly. Quietly. Efficiently. I never made a show of paying my half. He never made a show of benefiting from it. When I left, the math changed. Rent, utilities, internet, car payment, gym membership. It added up quickly. He tried to renegotiate with the landlord. Tried to find a roommate. No one wanted to move into a place already attached to gossip. That's the part people don't talk about. Reputation isn't loud when it falls. Just gets heavy. One night about a month later he texted something different. "I'm starting therapy." I stared at the message for a while. Then he sent another. "I didn't think you'd actually choose yourself over me." That was the only honest sentence he'd written. 'Cause that was the shift. Not revenge. Not humiliation. When he asked for that hall pass, he assumed I would bend. That I would negotiate my own self-respect for the sake of keeping him comfortable. He believed security meant tolerance. He believed love meant flexibility. He believed consequences were theoretical. They weren't. The final conversation happened in a coffee shop. Neutral ground. Daylight. Public. He looked exhausted. Not dramatic. Not angry. Just worn down. "I thought if you said yes, it meant you trusted me," he said. "No," I replied calmly. "If I had said no, it would have meant I trusted myself." He didn't have an answer to that. He asked if I would ever reconsider. I shook my head. "You didn't want a hall pass," I said quietly. "You wanted proof that I would accept anything." He looked at the table. "I didn't think it would cost this much." "That's because you calculated the pleasure," I replied. "Not the risk." There was no yelling. No dramatic exit. Just clarity. After that he stopped reaching out. Months passed. I heard small updates through friends. He quit the gym. Switched jobs. Tried to rebrand himself as someone misunderstood. But there's something about documented truth. It lingers. Brooke blocked him. His friend group never fully reassembled. His mother stayed cordial but distant. No one destroyed him. Life just adjusted around him. As for me, I moved to a smaller place closer to work. It was quieter. Simpler. The first night there I slept deeply. No checking phones. No analyzing tone shifts. No wondering who he was texting after 9 p.m. Just peace. A year later, someone asked me if I regretted how harsh I had been. I thought about that carefully. Harsh would have been screaming. Harsh would have been public humiliation. Harsh would have been revenge for revenge's sake. What I did was different. I enforced a boundary. Only. Clearly. Completely. He wanted a hall pass for one night. He got one. It just didn't come with the consequences he expected. And that was the real lesson. You can ask for freedom, but you don't get to control who walks away when you do.